Hello, everybody. Hello, Sandy.
Hi,
How are you doing, Sandy?
I'm doing just great. How are you, Jerome?
I'm really fine, thank you. So,
Good.
I know people, it's been a while. Yeah, I know. But, we are all busy. And Sandy, yeah, it's true. You are too busy too, because now you are
Yep,
manage a group on Facebook.
two of
And
them.
yeah, two of them. Yeah, for sure. And one of them is Stephen is Innocent.
That's right.
On Facebook on Facebook, and the other one name is the other group name is
The other is Truth Wins, the
True
other group.
Swin. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Truth Wins. Yeah,
True True Swin.
yeah,
So, folks, the links are in the description below. So just
yeah.
one thing to do: subscribe it and follow this incredible woman who fight for the truth and for the justice, and it's just absolutely amazing. I will say hello to everybody. My Billy, hello. Deborah, hello. I don't recall, hello. Uh, by the way, Sharon, Liquid Sunshine, is in the chat, and she's looking for your question. So if you have any question for Sandy, uh, ask Sharon, and after Sharon will come live with us to ask Sandy your question. So, Sandy, I have asked you if you were agree to come sometimes on the channel to give some news from Stephen. So,
Right.
could you give us some news from Stephen, please?
Well, I will say I haven't seen him in a whole year,
Yeah,
so
I know.
I that's very hard. It's hard for the whole family that can't see him. But I talk to him at least once a day, and believe it or not, that man is doing fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. He's in a good mood. He's
Yeah,
optimistic about what the appellate court will come back with as far as their decision. He really has every hope of getting out of prison. He doesn't have one negative thought. At least if he hasn't told me about it.
no,
He
no,
jokes around. Back to his old self, so to speak, where he was maybe 2 years ago, and just very, very positive. I have no idea how he can do this. It
me
just
either.
makes you. Where does he get that strength? But he is doing well. He is trying to go over his case little
Yeah,
by little, minute by minute, trying to think of other things that pop up to him that he questions. He's got a couple good ones going right now that he's working on in his mind about what happened with this and what happened with that, and that takes up a lot of his time, but he stays positive with it, and he talks about getting out and seeing his mom, and you know all these things that he wants to do, and there's no way I will ever talk down on that one. I will never be negative.
no,
No matter how I might feel at one particular day, I think, oh, maybe this is never going to happen. But there's no way I'll tell him that. It's
there is no
always
way. Sure.
no, no. And personally, I do think the appellate court will do the right thing. I don't see how they couldn't, and I tell him the same thing. I don't see how they could not. They can't just dismiss it and walk away. So therefore, he
No.
gets the hope with listening to me too.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know either. I don't have a huge knowledge about the criminal justice in America, but
No,
on my understand, it's on the good way, and I'm really happy for him because he deserves really justice. Not just him, but he really deserves to be released soon as possible because, my God, we need we need good stuff. We live in a bad world, and we have all bad thing in our life, and it will be a great uh, figure of hope if Brendan and Steven will be released and justice
oh,
done for Teresa, because we all we all hope that it's not just a dream. It can be true,
right.
and this is with people like you, Sandy. Uh, you have fine Casey. It's huge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's
Took me long
absolutely.
enough. Took me 4 years.
Yeah, yeah. I know, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it take long time. I know, but I
Yeah.
mean, you are a warrior in your art and in your
Mm.
soul, and it's
Well,
absolutely, my God, it's absolutely amazing. And I was reading some question, but you have say already a lot, uh, because I'm really happy that Stephen is optimistic about everything, and
oh yeah.
it's really helped me too to know that, because
Sure.
I don't know how we can do to have this power, this, oh my God, it's incredible. And about his alt, is a good alt,
Is what? What did you say? I'm
is
sorry.
is is alt, alt is the alt, the excuse my French, I will ask. La santé, c'est, oh, the elf, is elf is doing well.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry.
About Steve, oh, sorry, that's me, that's my English.
Oh, no, it's
uh,
probably
I,
me. I'm confusing.
no, don't worry. I mean, about Steven, I was wondering about his
His
elf.
his out. I really don't know what you mean.
His elf,
Have someone give me a
if you are
some.
in a good health, you are great. If you are not in a good health, you have problem.
Oh, you mean his whole outlook with, his outlook? Is that what you mean on things? Or I
Uh,
just don't, I
yeah,
don't
my baby
understand.
say is health.
How he's looking at things, how he's looking. Oh, his health. Now I see it. I just saw it on there. His health. Oh, yes. He's on some new
Thank you, my
medication that's,
baby.
yeah, thanks, whoever that was. Millbilly, thank you. Um, yeah, his health is much better than it was. I mean,
Yeah,
well, of course, he had COVID, and
yeah, yeah,
he did a pretty good job getting over that, although the cough lingered for forever. But he is on some new medication, and he says he feels much better than he's felt in a while. And I think his blood pressure has come down. I don't know what the number is, but he did say it had come down because he had an issue with that.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
more
yeah. I
that he
know,
would
I
get
know.
upset, the more he would get
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
blood pressure up.
yeah, 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 for
So,
sure.
yeah,
Mm.
he seems to be much better. At least he tells me he's feeling good, and that's the good thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
it's a
yes,
good thing. Yeah.
yeah, I'm very glad that we got that taken care of. Millbilly, thank you.
Thank you,
I go,
my baby.
what?
But it's my English. Sometimes people don't
Oh,
understand what I'm
oh,
saying.
but I love it. I love your accent. So,
Thank you very much, Sandy. Thank you. Uh, I have a funny question. Uh, uh, what is the kind of what kind of food Stevens like?
oh boy, that's a good question. Not prison food. Let's put it that way.
For, yeah,
He
for sure, for sure.
complains. He complains a lot about the amount he gets and the stuff. He goes, so garbage. If I ask him what he had to eat, he'll say garbage. Uh, yeah, that's the answer I get. I think he likes chicken when they have real chicken there. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mac and cheese is good that he gets. Sometimes, not always.
Mm.
But what he's looking forward to when he gets out is going to Colonel Sanders and having their chicken. That's all he wants is a bucket of Colonel Sanders chicken. So a
Oh,
lot of the supporters know that. Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah,
know
yeah.
it.
I really can understand.
Yeah,
Uh,
and of course he's also looking forward to having venison because he loves deer, and of course he doesn't get that in prison. So he's looking forward to these kind of things when he gets out. But he used to eat a lot of sweets, from the canteen
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you can order. And he says he's not doing that anymore. That's helping
No.
the weight. So, yeah,
Yeah, I
but
know.
yeah, oh, I know too. I call it COVID weight. And you sit around and do nothing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And in Belgium with the beer and the chocolate,
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
God, I take
Yeah.
count. But wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And about the music, did you like the music? And what kind
Yeah.
of music did you like?
He likes Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Teresa,
Yeah,
yeah. I think Trisha
excellent.
Yearwood probably the next one too. And he doesn't listen to too much of that anymore like he used to.
No?
He's got the TV on most of the time instead of radio. And so he just, watches whatever he can find on
Yeah.
television. But he found something on TV the other day, last week, as a matter of fact, and he asked me who they were, and it was Hillsong, Hillsong United, and that is a Christian group.
Ah,
And I said, "You listened to an hour of that?" And he said, "Oh, I like that music. That was really good." I said, "Okay, I'm glad," but that's just the way he said it. He said, "I listened to the whole hour and I'm going to do it again because it was really good music." And I said, "It is. They have
yeah,
a
yeah,
really good
yeah,
group."
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, yep.
absolutely. Yeah.
So he even likes that now. So, but otherwise, it was Johnny Cash,
Yeah, yeah, Johnny Cash. Yeah.
the Man in Black.
Yeah, the Man in Black. Yeah,
Yeah.
a really great musician. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree. Yep, I
And
agree.
during the week, what Steven can do, he works.
Oh, mm-mm.
He spend his time. Indeed,
He's not doing anything right
no,
now. He's not
nothing
working. He didn't want a job again.
because the
Most of the
COVID.
time,
Yeah.
uh, you know, he. I was upset when he quit the job. Well, the time was up anyway when he was working in the kitchen. After 2 years, they have to quit the job and leave it for someone else. But he didn't take another one. And normally, if you don't have a job, you lose the single cell and he'd have to have a cellie. So I thought, oh,
Oh
that's not going to be good. But they let him
no.
keep the single one anyway. And now they've moved him to a different unit and he still has a single. So that's a
Oh
good thing. But he
yeah, it's a
doesn't
good
have a
thing.
job. He doesn't go to rec. He spends most of his time in the cell. So you can imagine what that does to anybody's psyche. And
It's
he writes a lot of
it's
letters.
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it is. He writes a lot of letters, but he makes more phone calls than anything. He talks
Yeah.
to a lot of people because he pays for them himself now. So he doesn't have to call collect for these people. And he does. He loves to call people. Called me the other day and he said, "Well, I called 20 people and nobody answered but you." And I said, "Okay, I'm at the bottom of the barrel. Thanks a lot."
He's completely incredible.
He
It's
is,
really funny.
yeah. But he's been going through his stuff, organizing a lot of his stuff, hoping he will be getting out,
Yeah,
cleaning
yeah, yeah,
out the
yeah, for
cell.
sure.
And now he said he's going to start typing some letters because he has a typewriter and he hasn't been using it. So that's going to start
Ah,
now,
it's
or he's
good.
going to start. That'll be good.
It's really
And
good.
of course, he loves his car magazines, car and truck magazines. He loves to go through them. In fact, I have to add this because it was so cute. He was going through
Yeah.
one of his new magazines and he said, "I found a 1974 Dodge Charger. And boy, I wish I had that car." So we were talking about a 74 Dodge Charger for about half an hour. So that's the stuff he likes: cars, trucks, campers, vans.
Yeah, I know. Oh my
Yeah,
God, he is really excellent, and
yeah.
we all hope then he will be really get released really soon because
Oh,
oh my God, it's absolutely horrible for him to be in the same in this
yeah.
in this situation and know
I know.
then he's completely innocent and and he must to stay in jail for nothing. It's and he stay positive and he stay. Oh my God, I don't know where he took
Yeah,
his energy, but my God,
yeah.
it's really incredible.
Oh, it is. I'm very proud of the way he's acted through the
Yeah,
whole time, and it's going on 16 years, and plus the other 18.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
will, over the years, he has gotten down. Of course, anybody would.
yeah.
And then he gets,
Absolutely, it's
but
completely
he
normal.
manages
Yeah,
But he gets right back up. That's what's so great is that you can talk to him one day and he's really down, and the next day he's just happy-go-lucky, and he has such a good sense of humor. And
Yeah.
I know if you've heard his laugh, but he has a very infectious laugh, and you can't help but laugh with him when he laughs. He reminds me of Richard's laugh. I miss his laugh. That
Oh,
Richard
me
laugh
too.
was wonderful, and I missed that. And Stephen
Oh, me
has a
too. Me
great.
too.
Yeah, I bet you do. But yeah, I like Stephen's laugh as well. I think you have to laugh with him because it's a belly laugh. You know he
Yeah,
means
yeah,
it
yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah,
laughs.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, so he's
Yeah,
a
I know
good
what it
guy.
is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what it is. By the way,
Yeah.
if you don't know about who we were talking about, we were talking about Risha Macadam, Eric Ozzy. If you don't
Yeah.
know him, it's a shame
Right.
because because you need to go on this channel and subscribe. You need to go on this channel and subscribe. Sharon or anyone in the group, can you put the description the link description in the comment, please? Thank you very much. So, Sandy, do you have any anything else to say about Stephen, or maybe Stephen had something to say to his supporter? But I know he already did to with the cat and with all the
Mhm.
things he say all the time. He say all the time the same thing, that he loves his supporter, and
Yes.
he is really pleased about everyone. And but I don't know if you want to add something or.
I guess the only thing I would like to say, and I probably shouldn't with a lot of people listening, but he right now is very much concerned about his ex-lawyers, the two, Dean and Jerry.
Dean and
He is
Jerry?
going to, yes, he's going to be writing them a letter. Uh, the more he thinks about the past, and I know he's okay with me saying this, the more he thinks about the past, the more it upsets him about what they
Yeah,
didn't do. It's not
yeah,
what they did do, it's what they didn't do.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah. I
he's
know, I
going
know,
to,
no.
yeah, it's sad. And the more he thinks, the harder it is for him because he's thinking about the things that he asked them to do. And now
And
he's
didn't
asked
do.
KZ,
Yeah, yeah,
they did not do. And he's
no.
asked KZ the same thing, and she immediately does it or
Yeah,
tries
yeah,
to do. And so that's been his biggest concern right now. That's been kind of making a bad mark on his thought process. I don't think he should be thinking this hard on it, but he is. And he just thinks, if it wasn't for them, if I'd had some other lawyer, I may not be sitting here. If they had done the testing that KZ has done, and I understand it's a money thing too, don't
oh
get me
yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
understand
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah.
But there was a lot that they just overlooked. And I don't know if they just gave up or what, but that's his biggest concern right now. I will tell you that it's on his mind all the time. Every conversation, he talks about it. And there's nothing we can do about it now. It's over.
No, yeah, yeah, I know it's over. And
Yeah,
again, it's a
yeah,
shame. Yeah,
it is.
again, it.
And they've admitted, they've said they're been
Yeah,
ineffective and they know. And it's just that I wish that he wasn't dwelling on this so much, but he
yeah.
is right now. And that's the only thing that I can say that a negative thing with him right now is that. And otherwise, it's all positive. And I know how much he loves the supporters. And I'll
Oh
say it
yeah.
again every time I'm on one of these, I always say the same thing. I can't thank the supporters enough for what they have done, and not just regular supporters, but the researchers, people
Yeah,
like Millbilly and AC, and these people that really get into the case, really
absolutely.
get into it, and find things that we didn't even realize or we've forgotten it so many years ago that I forget, that all this, this was wrong or that was wrong. I go, oh yeah, that's right. That happened. But I just want to say thank you to them. All the researchers, of course, I can't name them because I forget half of them, but they do a great job. Every single one of them come up
Yeah.
with all these things. Oh, and
Oh yeah, I
I know that
know.
he,
I say all the time a big up to everyone in the community, but really everyone, the full play channel who made
yes,
an excellent job. My Billy made an excellent job. Linda
yes,
made an excellent job.
yes,
Um, Sharon made an excellent job.
Mm,
Paul Capaldi
yes.
made an excellent job.
Yep.
Um,
Paul.
yeah, Mark.
Paul
Yeah,
Capaldi.
Paul
Mark.
Capaldi.
Yeah. Well, that's a
Mark.
given. Yeah.
Mark.
Paul.
Mark started his new channel. If you are not aware,
Yeah.
he started his new
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure I I forget somebody. I'm
Hmm.
it's horrible. Um, but yeah, there is a lot of people who made an incredible job.
Oh
And
yeah.
Richard, for sure, Richard have made an incredible
Oh
job
yeah.
on
Oh,
this
of
case.
course.
My God, he have gave his life for this case, and
Oh, I know.
it's
I'm so glad that I got to spend some time with him before he did die. I'm so thankful for that time.
yeah, you was with him and
Uh,
eating chop suey, or I don't remember what it
uh,
was, but
dim
dim
sum,
sum. Yeah, dim
dim
sum.
sum. He took us twice. He took us on Friday night and back on
Yeah,
Saturday noon.
yeah. He told me. Yeah, he told me I have to take twice. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
We thought,
Not
okay,
surprise
well,
me.
once was good, but twice, really?
It was the dude.
Yeah, oh, he was the dude, all right. But I'm so glad that I got to spend that extra time with him. I had met him at the rally
I
anyway, but
understand.
I hadn't, I didn't spend time with him there. No quality time, but I was really thankful
No.
for that weekend. It was just a year ago this coming weekend that we were out there. And,
Yeah,
it's sad
I
because it was
know.
only 6 months later and he was gone. But
I
yeah,
know.
I miss his laugh. I miss his channel. I miss the programs that he would put on, and he would always be very interesting and very informative.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think a lot of the new people that don't really didn't know him, because we've got a lot of new supporters. They didn't get the chance to know him, but they can still go and listen to his
absolutely.
YouTube presentations. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
hope they
yeah,
do little plugs
yeah,
for
yeah.
his channel there.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I
Yeah,
hope too, because
yeah,
this is a very big library of
mm,
all kind
yeah.
of information you can find in the
Hmm.
case, and it's deeper. So he go deeper in the case, and
Yeah.
he was working a lot all the time of this case. So
Oh
it's a
yeah.
great, great library of
Mhm.
all kind of information
Oh
about the case.
yes. He
And
knew his stuff. I mean,
oh
he
yeah,
he read, I dug into it. So yeah, that's well, so do a lot of other ones, but he was over the top as far as I'm concerned, as far as he just had such a heart for injustice.
yeah,
It
yeah,
just
yeah,
seemed
yeah,
like
yeah.
he just needed to fix it.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he
It was not just for Stephen or Brendan. It was also for the Eagle Nation, or for
yes.
yeah, for everything for the justice. And he was so
Yep.
involved and so
I
all the
know.
time full of energy
Yeah.
for that. And we miss all the guy because my God,
Oh
he,
yeah.
he was the pillar of the
Yes.
community. Yeah,
Well, he was going to come to Nina again for this
yeah, I
case
know.
over here. He was going to
Yeah,
come one
yeah.
in October, I believe,
Yeah,
that he was coming back.
we were talking
Last
about that
October.
in his last video.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was with him in his last video, and he told me
I saw that.
I go to Nina in October, and I tell him,
Hmm.
dude, if the breakdown is break, uh, and if it's possible to come, I come. And he told me,
Oh,
oh yeah, please come, and I'm sure Mark will come too, and we will do a big
yep.
a, a big a big event for this. And I was really
Sure.
hoping to meet him for the first time. And it's the same thing for
Hmm.
Sharon and for Paul. And for
Sure.
uh, Paul, I've already met him 2 times, but it was the same thing, because he was expecting to coming in Scotland, and after in Belgium, in
Yeah.
France, to looking
Oh,
for the Jim for Jim Morrison when he was living in Paris during the
sure.
70s, and because he was really in love with Jim Morrison like me, we were really
Hmm.
close in kind of music or a lot of stuff.
Sure.
And but he have always a lot of project in his mind, and always for the good, always,
Oh, yeah.
never for the bad. And
No.
like I say, it's always the best who leave the first. And
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that old cliche sticks, and only the good die young,
Yeah.
because that seems that what was he 44, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's a shame.
That's young. Yeah.
It's
But
44. And,
yeah, well, I think we all have fond memories of him. I hope there's no one
oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't. And so,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. He was
And I know
so.
Sharon misses him big time, and
Yeah.
anyone that was really friendly with him. But he's not going to be forgotten. I mean,
Oh,
there's too
no.
many people that's
Never.
going to remember, and yeah, and that's a good thing. And no, I feel bad because Stephen never got to meet him, because I
Yeah.
talked to
Me
him, and I'm sure
too.
Mark talked
Yeah.
to him about him,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
he never got to meet him. And well, I
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
gotten to meet you yet, Jerome, and I plan
No,
on
not
that.
yet. Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
me
that
too.
needs
My
to
God.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I
Well,
really hope
the
so
day
because,
that's
oh my God.
the day that Stephen gets out, we are going to have a party. I don't know where the money's coming from, but I know we're going to have a party.
We will find. We will find.
Yes, we will. And I want every single supporter that can, scratch
Oh, me
together the
too.
money to get here.
Oh, yeah.
I
Me
don't
too.
know. Yeah, I've
I want
always said this.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. I want them all to come. And of course, that's impossible. But I think it would be so great because we've talked about this many years already. When Stephen
Yeah.
was in Baskerville, we still talked about getting well, that we didn't have any supporters back then. And we talked
No, no,
about
no. At the
if
time, no.
no, there was no one, but we still talked about it that if he got out, there was going to be a big to do, we called it a big to do. And just because we wanted it to be that way, we wanted to celebrate. And of course,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we've
Yeah. I
actually got
understand.
people. Besides just going to Colonel Sanders for a bucket of chicken.
We will do that. A big barbecue with chicken for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so great. Yeah. Give him a beer because he hasn't had beer in
Oh, yeah.
15
Yeah.
years.
And beer coming directly from Belgium and Scotland. I'm no racist.
I've had some Belgian beer,
Yeah. Really.
sort of. Yeah. Well, I didn't drink all of it, but yeah, Sita and Stephen brought us some Belgian beer, and I did have a bottle of it. I didn't drink the whole thing, no.
No, but
But
do you like beer?
not much.
Not
No. I take
and
wine any day.
oh, wine is good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's all right if you have a pizza or something, I suppose, but nah, not
yeah,
really. It takes me hours to drink one can, so I nurse it. Um,
yeah. We have not the same capacity, or the man and the woman. We have not the same capacity to drinking. We can
yeah.
drink. Watch, it's a it's a beer.
Whoa, that's a beer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's flat, but it's a beer. But
Oh, then it's no good.
no, it's completely normal. It's kind of beer. Uh,
Oh,
it's a Belgian beer, but for me, drinking this kind of beer, it's uh, an half liter, all things, and
uh-huh.
for me, this it's nothing. You see, it's for me, it's
Oh, wow. He could have down the whole thing. Yay!
voilà. Uh,
Bottoms up. Well, it's better than Dr. Pepper.
oh, oh, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to.
I don't like Dr. Pepper. Not really. I'm a Pepsi drinker. I'd rather have Pepsi than
Yeah, you
Dr.
prefer
Pepper.
Pepsi than pepper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me, I prefer pepper. I prefer pepper than
Uh,
cola or Pepsi. Or
yeah.
but if I want to choose, I prefer drinking beer for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, you live in Belgium. You have to. It's a
I have to.
must.
So,
Uh,
uh, um, if it's okay for you, Sandy, I will ask Sharon to join you if she is
okay.
okay. I remind you, if you have any question to ask to Sandy, please ask to Sharon, and Sharon will come back. I'm waiting to ask you, Sandy, question people are waiting for. So I'm waiting. I will not do strip ties. No, no.
Oh boy.
No, I
Whoa.
will not do that.
I was gonna say, maybe we should turn our our phone off. It's gonna be kind of raunchy. Yeah.
Sharon is there. Okay.
All right.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello,
Sharon. I don't see you, but there you are. Hi.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice
How
to
are
Good to
you?
see you. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm good. I had a
Good.
bit of technical issues with my computer, but
Uh-huh.
I seem to have fixed them now.
Oh, we all have those. I don't know of anyone that doesn't have computer issues.
Bad timing though. I was like, I was all organized, and then it was like, you need to restart, and I was like, what? You know,
Uh-huh. Of course.
so it's
So, how are you
difficult.
doing? Sharon,
Yeah,
how are you
I'm
doing as far as mourning and everything about Richard? Is kind of accepted the fact now and moved
well.
on?
I was okay for a little while. Well, I say okay. I mean, I was coping with it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think recently it's been a bit difficult again. I think it's when you get to
Really?
the 6 months, it's like you think, oh, 6 months have gone by, and it doesn't feel like 6 months. You know,
No.
anniversary, and
Yeah,
it's
it doesn't feel like 6 months. It feels like
oh,
6 days. It still feels very
yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
But I
I
know
bet.
that we need to keep going and doing
Yes.
what we're doing and supporting each other and keep
That's right.
fighting for what we're meant to be fighting for, but
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's not.
correct.
I know that that's what he would want us to do, so it's
Oh, of
it's what
course.
I'm doing. But inside, I'm still like, it's not it's not
Yeah.
it's not great, but
No, but you guys are all doing well and taking over his spot. And,
yeah,
maybe it takes all of you to fill his spot because
I
he
think
was
so.
so great or so big. He was just big.
Yep, he
And that's
was
that's the word I would
larger
use.
than
Yep.
life, larger than
Yes, he
life. They
was.
say, isn't it? Larger than
Very
life.
true.
For someone that
Yep.
was so shy in real life, he was so shy and so reserved. The minute the camera came on, he was Ericozy,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I think that I could understand him in that way because I'm a bit similar. I'm a wee bit shy sometimes, but the minute I know I'm on, I'm like, I'm on, and
Yeah,
but
you've got so much personality. I wouldn't think you were shy at all. There's so much personality with
well,
you.
no,
You're
sometimes I
just
can be, depending on the circumstances, I suppose. Not so much shy,
probably.
but I can be reserved about things and
Yeah, but you just don't
but
come across that way. You're just
well, not.
all full
I
of
mean, I've
life.
got the sunshine in my name because it is naturally me. Jerome will testify to that.
Yeah,
Let's just,
Yep.
absolutely.
I'm just
Yep.
myself when I come on.
That's a
So
good thing. That's good. That's a good
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
So, so this
but
is
So
quite a nice little chat here with the three of
yeah,
us now. I like this.
I know. And we've got
Yeah,
lots of people in the comments as well. The comments have been going crazy.
really.
wow,
Oh no.
really?
No, but good in a good way. Everyone's been very supportive. Everyone's
Good.
been lovely and sending good wishes to Stephen, and they're so happy to see you, Sandy. And
Well, thank you guys.
there's all sorts of questions. They were asking about. Do you want me to go into some questions, Jerome, just now?
Uh,
Would you like some questions just now?
oh yeah, you can, but
I'm
if you
just
like.
looking back on the chat to see because they were awake. They're like I said, the chat was
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
boy.
Take your time. Take your time. We have
submissions.
all the time.
Um,
All the time. I can
and
Oh,
sing
he's
if I
gonna sing.
want.
I don't know if you heard me, Jerome, but when we were talking about the drinks for when Stephen comes out, I
Yeah.
said the drinks are on Jerome.
Belgian beer for everybody.
Belgian beer for everyone. Oh,
How about that? Remember that, Jerome. You're up.
Yeah.
You
yep.
gotta bring them.
And
Yeah.
the
Funny.
music as well.
I
The
would make the
music too.
mention. Yep.
The music as well. Jerome will do
Yeah.
all the guitars. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So
that sounds like fun.
Jerome took part in a Scottish quiz the other day, didn't you, Jerome?
Really?
On
Why
Facebook.
don't you
Yeah.
tell Sandy while I look at the why don't you tell her
Oh,
about it? Your quiz.
Oh yeah. I have 3 points of for 20 questions, so it was a shame.
Really?
But
You
I've
did
tried.
well.
I have tried. I have tried. It was not question about my country. It was question about Scotland.
Yeah,
But no, but I've tried indeed for learn in the same times because it was
yep,
really funny and you have spent a
it
beautiful
was.
time in the indie
Yep,
cafe.
yep.
Sharon,
Really?
if you have a link, you can post
Oh,
in the chat
I'll add the link. Yeah, I'll add the link.
for the
I'll do
for
it
the
after these questions because I don't want to look because I went all the way back and my eyes are like that now from
yeah.
reading.
I bet.
Yeah, I understand. But after, I mean, if you want to put
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
the link,
yeah,
you put, and it was really
Yeah.
funny because everybody was so kind with
yeah,
all each other was
yeah,
so
yeah.
kind, and there was no
Aw.
pressure, and there was just
No, everyone's natural.
yeah, everybody was
Aw.
completely natural, like today, and
Mhm.
nobody was acting, and it was completely
It was.
lovely, lovely,
Oh,
and
that must have been nice.
And you
I
felt
gotta
yeah,
see that.
energized. Jerome felt very energized after it. He felt good.
yeah,
I bet he
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
For your
Yeah,
soul,
yeah,
you know.
really.
Yeah, you
I've
were.
told you, Sharon, with that you have put
It's
me.
lovely with community. It
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
lovely
yeah, yeah,
community.
yeah,
It
yeah,
really
yeah.
Oh,
This
that's
is.
is,
nice. That's good.
but you know, this is the
Away
love
from
of.
crime, it's quite good. It's a separate community from crime and wrongful
Yeah,
convictions. It's
Good.
nice to have something that just you know um, it takes your mind away from that.
That's right.
yeah,
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 kind of
What
a freeing time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Where
feel
you
a bit
feel just
insensitive saying that because it's like I know for you it's never off your mind, but you will still
yeah.
have to do things for your own
That's
sanity,
right.
your own pure
That's
sanity.
right.
You still
Yeah.
have to do things. And I was
Yeah.
hearing you were saying about Stephen and how he's feeling very you know struggling just now.
yeah,
Probably because he's not seeing anyone as well. There's nothing breaking up,
Yeah.
his normal routine. Because
Oh, I know.
whenever you know, like COVID's affecting everyone, and even
Oh.
people at home are going,
Oh,
off
yes.
on things, So being,
Sure.
incarcerated and not being able to
Yeah.
just walk away from people that are annoying you, it's just,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not.
that's all he has is just the people screaming at him,
Mhm.
in the
Yep.
unit, from one cell to the other. And that happens a lot when I'm on the phone with him. They're yelling,
Mhm.
"Hey, Avery." And that's all the interaction he has with people. And it has been a full year since he's had a
Mhm.
visit, or will be on the 9th of March. It will be a full year.
it's horrible.
And it
It's
is
horrible.
just, oh, it's
It's not.
sad.
Yeah, that's not accept.
Well, no,
It's not.
if it helps Stephen any, I've not been out since last March. So maybe
Well,
I'm doing
see,
time with them. I'm doing time with Stephen.
yeah, you can just identify with him.
Yeah,
That's,
and there's some
well,
crazy people in this house that
oh,
shout
there are,
on the phone.
there's crazy people in your house. I know.
I've had
You didn't say that.
noise in the background, and they shout,
Yeah.
Hey Sharon," it's just the same.
Okay. Well, see, you
Oh,
could have lost your mind too, the same as Stephen.
yes, yes,
No,
I know. I
no.
know we're
This
making
darn
it's I
this
know it's wrong.
COVID thing is really bad at keeping everybody at home, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's I wish they would finally open the prison
Yeah,
and unlimited visitors. I think that maybe they'll do that when the vaccines have been completely
Yeah.
distributed. Steve and I have talked about how they would do it. Their
Yep.
tables are definitely 6 feet apart. There wouldn't be a problem with that in the visiting room. It would be the people coming in and checking in
Mhm.
because there's a big group at one time. So
Yep.
I think maybe they'd even go, and this is just guessing, just my opinion on it. They may have you prove that you've had the vaccine along with showing your license. You might have to show the vaccination card, which I have, by the way. I've had
Mhm.
both my vaccines,
yeah.
so I'm good. But
Good to
yeah,
go.
I think I can go out soon now. Look
Yep.
around, see if anybody's out here. You don't know how to act.
Freedom.
I'll be ringing bells when I get into a restaurant. Like, here I am. Does anybody here?
In
I've
your
been in a
car,
restaurant.
I have been vaccinated.
Yeah.
I
But
have been
yeah,
vaccinated.
but
No,
yeah,
I'm glad you go.
Stephen.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
go.
Me too.
yeah, me
Yeah,
too. Very, very glad. I just had the second one Friday, and I'm so thankful. But
And
anyway,
everything's okay. You were fine. Like a lot of people are fine. People
I know. I was really tired.
Yeah.
I got the shot on Friday morning, and I was quite tired Friday evening and
Yeah.
all day Saturday. I didn't do anything but sit in the chair, but that was it. And I didn't have any symptoms of anything. No fever, no aches,
Just
nothing
like getting
like
the
that.
flu jab, would you say? Was it just like getting the flu vaccine?
Yeah, except but a little bit more tired than what
wee bit
you
more.
would from the flu. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was so blessed. I didn't have anything. And my friend is getting it right now, as a matter of fact. She's getting her second, so I'm hoping that goes well.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But maybe we can get together. But Stephen, I need to visit him, and somebody needs to visit him. This is just, it's so sad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know. How can he handle this just in this little tiny cell? And I just don't know how he does it. I give him such credit every single day. Sharon, I was telling Jerome earlier that I just admire him for the way he acted. He could be just a bear, but he's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes the other day, not today, I haven't talked to him yet, but yesterday morning when I talked to him, I think it was, or the day before, I answered the phone and he goes, "Hello." And I said, "Ooh, is this going to be an obscene phone call?" And he goes, "Yeah." But I mean, just joking like that. I just had to share that because he's so funny, And I always tell him if he's on speaker, I say, "Now you're on speaker, so watch your language." And he goes, "Well, there's nobody there but the kids, so why do I care?"
Oh,
he's just so funny.
He
really
is.
is.
That, though. I mean, it needs to be. You need to have a bit of back and forth. Obviously, he's going to have his
yeah.
Yes, you do.
Where you can, you're trying to keep him.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's really good for him to have this kind of decompression system. You know
just
what I mean?
Being silly, silly. That's
exactly.
what we're doing.
Because my God, stay in the cell all the time and completely stay focused on the same case and stay positive and never give up.
Yep.
Every day he's thinking.
You
every
need
day he's trying.
coronas. In Spanish, you need coronas. Muchos coronas. So,
I got to start learning these other languages.
You don't want to learn that word, but he's saying there.
Oh my God, no. He's really incredible. I admire him too because it's not just a full-time job. This is his life. And
that's right.
My God, it's not the first time. It's the second time.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yep. And I don't know. He looks at four walls and he thinks about the case and what could I have done differently? How could I have made them understand what I meant? And of course, in the beginning, I'm sure you guys know that too. In the beginning, when they first started questioning him, he didn't even give it a thought that they were going to accuse him. And I thought, that's really kind of stupid because they put you away for something you didn't do before. So it's funny you weren't aware of that a little bit, but he didn't. He never even gave it a thought. He said, I was innocent. I didn't think that I didn't do anything to her, so I didn't think that they would see it that way. I thought, oh boy, I'm kind of glad he didn't, because he would have been more upset probably when he was talking to the cops or the news people.
And they would have said that was being defensive.
If you've watched,
he would look guilty, would have used that against him. I think
they'd use it against him.
I think no matter what he would have said, they had him marked anyway, and that was it. Even if he was saying nothing and just,
right.
But I mean, he was so calm. If you've seen that first interview with the news station here in Green Bay, he was so calm and he tried to help them, give them answers that he thought would help them, and he didn't know anything. But I thought, you just look at that interview once, and he even made the comment, I hope she's okay, or something like that. Hope they find her, and I hope she's okay, because he cares about people. And a lot of people don't see that. They don't see that he really cares about other people. And I could tell you stories like you wouldn't believe how he's cared for me and my family, but put us before his own problems. And he's done it over the years. And And then that's why I hate it when people think that he's this, well, murderer. Let's just use the word. And he's not like that.
No.
He just isn't.
No,
and
no,
he
no.
cares about, and that's why with the Teresa thing, he cared about her. And you know that something had happened to her. And wanted them to find her. And I wish that they could have seen that, but the cops had a plan, so they weren't going to deviate from that plan.
No.
Nothing that he would have said would have changed it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
No.
so. And I mean, even if he had a top lawyer with him at the time, they were still, you know, there's nothing a lawyer could have done at that precise moment. You know,
not
because
at that point.
they had everything all set up the way they wanted it to, for the chips to fall the way they wanted them to.
Oh, yes, and they did. They fell just the way they wanted them to.
Yeah.
But, we've been going through so many different things. There's another girl in me that's been doing it. Well, she's doing more than I'm doing. And just finding more discrepancies that we'd forgotten about.
Yeah.
And that just bugs me. Like, hear this, and we forgot about this, or we forgot about that. And that's what Steve is doing. He's sitting in his cell thinking of all these things. Well, now let's see. Dean and Jerry didn't do this, or I told them to do that, but they didn't do it. So that's the kind of stuff he's kind of doing, which really isn't helpful.
I'm not surprised though that he's going over things like that.
No, me either.
You think, you know, you would be going over every wee detail, and you would, I don't want to say obsessing about it, but you would be, I think you would be obsessing about it, because you would be going over.
But it's looking more deeper.
And that's natural. I mean,
I think so. It is natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think most of us would.
Yeah, I think so too. Even with my situation, I can go back sometimes just thinking over the years and how this all came about and what I thought about it in the beginning, in the very beginning, before I even met Stephen. And I think about that, you know, time and again, like, well, how did that happen? You know, and why did I do it this way? And could I have done something different for him when I first started going to see him? Could I have done something
all the
different?
possibilities.
Yeah. But anyway, we're at the point we're at now. So see what happens. We got to hear from the appellate court pretty quickly. I'm giving him another month, and then I'm going to yell.
Someone was asking that, you know, what are you thinking, how long it's going to be, and oh God, what was the question? I had the question and it's went out of my head. It was basically about the appellate court and what's your thoughts about it and stuff like that. Wait, I'll try and find it.
Take your time. Let's swim to the moon.
Ooh, nice song.
Well, actually, hold on. I'll have a question first, and then you'll have a question. Someone was asking for Dolores and Alan. How are they doing? We know Dolores is not great just now because we heard that via Barb. Have you been able to even see them?
I haven't seen either one of them since the end of October. Because of COVID, they won't let you in the nursing home now. And so I don't want to drive up there and stand in the snow and see her out the window or over there.
They wouldn't want you if they were if they were in full health. Well, if Dolores was in full health, she wouldn't want you standing in the snow just to wave to her. You know, she would. No,
she wouldn't. And the last time I was over there to see her was the last week in October, and we were sitting there. I was talking about Stephen, trying to make sure that she remembers who he is, and we were having a nice conversation, and then she started kind of drifting off, and then all of a sudden she looked at me and she goes, you know, you can't come over here when it's snowing, when it's bad weather. And I said, Mama, I'm not going to come over here when it's bad weather. You can trust me on that. And she says, you can't do that.
She keeps her sense of humor. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have not been able to see her now since the end of October. And Pa I saw at the same time for just a little while at the yard. But he's doing okay, I guess. Steve gets letters from him. He can't talk on the phone because he can't hear. But Steve gets letters from Pa a lot. Oh, it's terrible. Dad would this.
Yeah.
Oh. But what Pa's been doing, and I don't know if he's done or not, is building an ice shanty.
Nice.
That's what he's been doing for the last several weeks. Yep. Yeah, and he told Stephen it would be his. When he gets out, he can have that shanty.
Yeah. Oh,
But Pa always has projects that he's doing up in Crivets. Always.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps him
Yeah.
going.
yeah.
All
I was
these
gonna say,
projects.
yeah.
Oh yeah. He's such a sweet guy. I just love him. Can't hear a thing, but I just love him.
Does he
But
not? Does he not wear a hearing aids or anything? Is he just like stubborn and won't wear it?
he's stubborn. You put it that way. Oops, I'm losing my phone. I don't need it anyway. Yeah, he is, but no, he writes letters, and whoops, I'm going to lose you completely, guys. You know that if I keep monkey with this. What was I going to say about Pa? Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He's just such a nice guy. And the person that kept me going all the years before there was supporters was Mama. Yeah, but it was just Mama and me against the world is the way I felt. And I miss
I
her.
understand. Yeah.
I miss her a lot.
Yeah.
And we used to joke, oh, we'd have such a fun time. And she never said a dirty word, never swore. And one day she said one 4-letter word, and she stopped and she goes, "Did I say that?" Yes, you did. Shame on you. I just remember that. It was so precious.
That's why, I was, in fact, it's Paul Capaldi who sent me a video about somebody in Canada named Victoria, but I don't remind her name, making a video about making a murderer, but in French. So I was really able to understand everything. And she say a lot of rubbish. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
A lot of rubbish. Yeah.
Oh.
And she say stuff like Mike O'Kelly was saying, you remember? This kind of family must be erased because they are so evil. Oh my God! They are. Oh my God! They are so evil. The evil, it was you, guy. Oh my God!
Yeah.
The evil is what it was him.
He was. Yeah.
But when you really
Something
know
else.
people, you know that it's not true. They are not monster and at all. They are completely normal. And
that's right.
And they had destroyed a life, and they try to do the best to have justice and to have a son to back home. So
that's right.
I completely understand, and I empathize, because it's a kind of situation completely crazy, but it's real.
No, it is.
It's really real. And
it's definitely real life.
I know it's hard. Yeah. I know it's really hard. And Sharon, do you have any other question on the chat?
It's mostly well wishes, people asking for Sandy and asking to pass their love over to Dolores and Alan, and it's mostly hello, we love yous.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I love you guys, all of you. I can't tell you how much these supporters mean to me. I can't. I mean, there's no way I could ever put it into words. When you're fighting a fight all by yourself, and people hate you because you're having anything to do with the man, just what is wrong with you? Why are you spending so much time trying to help someone that killed some nice young girl? I used to hear it. Some nice young girl. Well, yes, she didn't deserve to die, of course not, but don't blame somebody that didn't do it.
No.
And so it is so wonderful to have people that behind you, and we're talking thousands of people. Yep. And to me, it's a big deal. And you get the bad ones. I got one that I booted out of the group just before I went on here. Said that he even looked like a murderer, was the exact words. And I said, bye-bye. You ain't staying long.
Yeah, you cannot argue with this kind of people.
Look like a murderer. Okay. Ted Bundy didn't look like one then.
Yeah, no.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a good measure of someone's character, isn't it?
No,
It's crazy. So have you
Well,
lost
it's,
lots of friends then, Sandy, over the years due to being friends with Stephen? Have you lost
uh,
a
I
lot of
did for a
people?
while. I did for a while. And
Mm.
I think most of them, not all, but most of them, I have turned the opposite way. In
All right.
fact, one of my very dear friends questioned it over and over and over.
Yeah.
Uh, and she went on internet and she searched his history of what he did when he was younger. And
Mm.
she goes, "Oh, he's just exactly what they say he is," And I thought we would never speak again.
Yeah.
But she paid attention, and then she went to visit him even once.
Right.
So
Good.
she turned.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
But I
It's
yeah,
me.
lost
that's
some
good.
friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I've tried it with relatives too. Well, one
Mhm.
that thought I was insane, and I used just one example and about the evidence, one thing. And
Yeah.
I asked him how he thought that could be, and he said, "Oh, well, I never thought of it that way." I said, "That's right. Nobody has. You have to stop and think. Does that
Yeah.
make sense to you?"
Yep.
And so I've tried to turn people, and I've succeeded in a lot. But I think the ones that I lost the most were church friends.
Mm.
Church friends of a group that I belong to. Well, I still go once in a while, but not during COVID. But they just kind of turned up their nose at me. Like, there's something wrong with you. You don't belong in this group. They didn't say that, but I mean, that's the way they
Mm.
acted. Like,
Yeah,
and
and it
you
was a group you were in this. In your life, or a group
It
on
was, well,
internet?
for quite some years. Yeah. It
Ah,
was a
okay.
study group.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And you
And they
was
acted like,
ah,
yeah,
okay.
they just acted like I wasn't good enough for them anymore. And they
Mm.
would question me about Stephen, but you could tell by the
Really?
way they were talking. Yeah, you could tell by the way these people were, and I can think of, well, three or four.
Yeah.
It's
The,
incredible. I know you for 1 year now, 2 2 year. I don't know. I never
okay.
ask
More
you
than that.
anything about the
No,
case.
more than that. About three.
Yeah, maybe
You
more,
lost
but
track of time.
I
It's
never
been a
question you about the case,
no,
or
no.
Stephen. Never. I always
No.
asking you if you're well, if Stephen is
I know
well, if
you are.
Papa and Mama are well, but I never
Yes.
ask you about the case because I care about you and I care about
Hmm.
Stephen, Brendan, and
Yes.
I care about people. I don't care about the. I I mean, it's strange to
Yeah.
want to have a relation with you, to
Hmm.
have more
Right.
information
Yeah.
on the case. It's strange, but people are
Yeah.
strange. People are
Yeah. Well,
strange.
It's the
yeah, that's for sure. Don't get
media.
strange.
The
Don't
media.
get strange.
Yeah, don't get
Don't get
strange.
strange.
Don't get strange.
Mr. Stacy Seabrook, if you have done so already, please subscribe.
The media is terrible though. If you do
Yeah, the media
things
is
about
terrible.
Stephen, if you just go by,
Yeah,
the typical lines that were parroted by Ken Kratz, for
Right.
example, the media,
Right.
reproduced those in en masse. And I've seen
Yeah.
programs on YouTube who have used those kind of materials as a source for their programs that they're doing
yeah.
about Stephen.
Really.
And
Yeah.
it makes me mad because, well,
Of
Dr.
course.
Grandy was one of them, and I thought I liked him. And then when I saw that one they did about Stephen, this was years ago, I thought, oh, I
Uh-huh.
don't know if I like you anymore. I thought he was
No.
smarter than that to just take, but I mean, he could see there were inconsistencies, and he could see that, but he was too busy reflecting on previous things that weren't so, favourable to Stephen,
Yeah. Right.
um,
Right.
and he was, transferring that onto future behaviours and the type
Yep.
of person that would be, and I was like, don't be saying that,
No.
just don't go there,
Mm-mm.
don't,
Nope. Well,
don't go there. So I
there's a
gave him
lot of
in
people.
the
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah. You do that. You give me
Yep,
the evil eye, as my granddaughter
I
would say.
know, because
The evil
I
eye.
very rarely comment on the comment section on YouTube. I'm really bad at that because normally I'll watch my YouTube television on my television, so I'm not
Uh-huh.
on the chat to comment. So if I watch
Right.
something, I'm like, oh, that's good. But if something annoys me, the phone gets lifted up, and I'm like, right.
Good for you. Good for you, Sharon. Good for you. You tell them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
congratulations for your YouTube channel, Sharon, because you
Oh,
have
thanks.
more than 300
Oh, I
subscribers
know.
now.
Oh, wow. Good for
I would like
you.
to go to my head, and that's what I said to Jerome. I'm not,
No,
the numbers don't bother me, I'm more interested in,
no,
um,
no.
Oh, but that's good. That's
the things
good.
that I
Yeah.
put out, it's the numbers. I mean, most people, aspire to get the golden 1,000, so they
Yes.
can go
Yeah.
live. But I can
Yeah.
go live on my StreamYard, so it's not something that I'm,
Not a big
desperate.
deal.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not
No.
bothered. It's not going to. I said to Jerome, I'm not going to go away and buy a house in Malibu
You're not.
with my 300 subscribers.
I don't know why you can't with that.
Yeah, so we were having a laugh about that.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's not the goal for us. For us,
No,
No, of
if
we
course
if
don't.
we've
not.
if
No.
we have subscriber, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice because
Yeah,
that means we touch a lot of people. But
exactly.
we are not looking to have subscriber.
Mm.
I mean,
It doesn't
uh,
define us. It doesn't define us. YouTube
no,
does
oh
not
no,
define who we are. Yeah,
And
that's
that's
oh no,
good. No, you're
never.
there for a reason, not to make money. You're there for a reason. That's
Oh
what I
no,
always
for
thought.
justice.
Yep.
Yes, and I
Oh
always
yeah,
remember Richard, of course, and hit subscribe. Always hit subscribe.
Yeah, Jerome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
that
haven't
will
done so
stick in my
already,
mind.
please
Yeah,
subscribe, and I'll see
yeah.
you.
That was
No,
his
and
salutation.
I've got a t-shirt that Jerome bought me, and I've not. I was going to put it on tonight, but I was feeling I wanted to wear something a bit more loose. I was a bit hot today,
Oh
so I
yeah,
wearing a t-shirt that was away up my neck, choking me. But
yeah.
the t-shirt it says, "I don't." What did it say? I don't need
I don't need
therapy.
therapy.
Yeah, I
I
don't
need
need
to go to
therapy. I
Belgium.
just need to go to Belgium. That's what it says. I don't need therapy. I just need to go to Belgium. And
Oh, that's
it's so
cute.
lovely. I love it. I know, I love it. And Jerome had his Scotland t-shirt on tonight, which was a surprise because I thought if I had my Belgium one on, that would have been quite funny.
Oh, there. I can see it now. All right. Very good.
He loves Scotland. He's crazy for
Oh yeah,
Scotland. We're crazy for Scotland.
I'd like
oh
to
yeah.
go there someday. I'd like to go a
Oh,
lot of places, but
Yeah,
you are
I,
already welcome in Europe.
yeah,
Yeah.
in Europe.
yeah.
The whole of
Oh
Well,
Europe.
yeah.
I've
Oh
got
yeah.
friends in Belgium. I've always wanted to go
Mhm.
and see them. They always
Yeah,
said I
you
could
always
stay with
told
them,
me. Yeah.
Should.
but now I got you too, and I would love
Yeah.
to be able to go, but
Yeah, that would be
my
nice.
wallet says something else. My
Yeah,
wallet says, I know.
yeah, I know. Just like
Us-
the drinks that's on Jerome.
Yeah.
I, I, I will tell you the same thing I've said to Stacy, to Paul, if you want to Sharon, if you want
Mhm.
to come in Belgium, I have a room here for my friends, so there
Yeah,
is no problem.
Aha.
that would
And
help you with money.
I cook,
Yeah,
I
Oh,
yeah, and I
you
cook.
know.
So yeah,
wow. Well,
Yes.
Sharon, how about it? You and me should go over there together.
Well, actually, I'm going to. I don't want to jinx my dog, but everyone laughs because my dog's 15, and I keep saying
Oh.
I won't leave him with anyone, so I'll only
no,
be able
Mhm.
to travel when we don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't want to jinx
Oh.
him because it sounds,
exactly.
And
but
then
he's,
you'll travel when you put the dog to rest.
yeah, and
Yeah.
but it'll be a bit of an ordeal getting there, I think, because I've got my wheelchair and
Yes.
like
Yeah,
trying
it's not
to get
cheap.
traveling. It'll be,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know if
yeah.
we're going to
Yeah, and
fly or
sometimes me too when
drive.
I'm not able
You
Yeah.
can
to
do it,
walk.
though. You can do it.
Well, we're
Yes.
talking about going for maybe like 2 weeks, so
Yeah,
Really.
it would take me a couple of days to recover from the traveling and all that
I
stuff.
suppose. Yeah. Yeah. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
thinking that would mean that if it took me so many days to recover from traveling, I'd still
Mhm.
have plenty of time there.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be so nice.
And my
Yeah, I
husband
haven't
knows already
traveled.
to go and take photographs. He's got all the places that he's
Yeah,
decided he wants to go. He's got the places picked.
Very good.
yeah.
Wow.
Neil, in fact,
Everything.
is the husband of Sharon, and
Mhm,
she takes a beautiful picture. He have a YouTube channel.
mhm.
Sharon, you can share in the
Oh, I'll put
in
that on. I'll
Uh,
put that on now.
uh,
oh,
the link. He made a beautiful
Yeah.
photo, but really, really beautiful. And please
wow.
subscribe
He loves
if
the
you like
photograph.
photo, and he put
Yeah.
photo in music. You can see.
Oh, yeah,
Yay.
I bet.
No, he is a great, great, great photographer. For my point,
Yeah.
and I don't say that because this is the husband of.
Because he's your
But
friend.
when I don't like that, when I don't like something, I say I'm sorry. You
Uh-huh.
maybe have talent, but I don't like.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh,
Neil
thank
So
you.
have
you
a
mean it.
for me. Neil have talent. So
He
Mhm.
does.
Yeah,
He does. He
very
drives
good.
me crazy with the photographs, though. I have to sit and watch them all. I'm like, oh
Uh-oh.
no, another photograph, not another photograph. Yeah, it
so
seems when I'm doing it on my phone, it's like trying to get the link. I've got it.
so Sharon. After that, you were over with Sandy about the question, or
Well,
you?
that's what I was saying. It was mostly, well, she was asking
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
things that you'd already answered.
Okay.
Um,
Me and my big
Okay.
mouth.
But we love your mouth,
Don't
Sandy.
worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's
So
the link for Neil's channel. I put up there on the thing. I forgot to say it was Neil's channel because I got
thank
too
you.
keen,
Okay.
too keen with the send button.
Okay. Bet it's
So
his. Yeah. Okay.
Sandy, do you have anything to say to the audience?
No, I
No?
don't think so. Just what I said before, that I love every single supporter out there,
Oh,
and keep coming to both of our groups. I'm plugging the new
Yeah, yeah,
group
yeah,
now.
yeah.
It actually is not a new group. It's been going for years. But it was done by one person alone, and she just couldn't do it. So
mm,
I'm trying to make it into something. I don't know if I will or not. There's going to be a lot of people in there that
yeah.
think other thoughts. But we have got over 12,000 now. I think it was about
Hmm.
not quite 1,300. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
coming
It's a lot.
up
Yeah.
big.
Hmm.
And if we can just make it into something really good now where there isn't a lot of riffraff, I'll say, in there, and
Negativity.
I make
Yeah.
it something that's going to be positive for Stephen, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people and they post a lot. And I just want it to succeed, because it's been a good group, but
Yep.
it's been left alone too much, and
Yep.
it needs help. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that. Not that I'm neglecting Truth Wins, I'm
Yep.
not, but there's a lot of admins in there that
Yep.
we can all together on that one. And
Yep.
but I just want to say thank you to everybody in both the groups and all the other groups that are out there. I mean, I belong to
Yeah,
several
absolutely.
of them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
In them all.
just good luck. Yeah, just good luck to all of them, and just keep it positive. I mean, there's a lot of negativity floating around right now because it's been 8 months since the appellate court got the briefs.
Hmm.
Not that they looked at it, but they got it 8 months ago.
Yep.
And there's a lot of negativity. If they haven't made a decision by now, they're just going to dismiss it. Well, not necessarily.
No.
And they're looking at it now. We know that they're into it now,
Hmm.
and I believe they're going to make the right decision. And I
Yeah.
don't know if the right decision is evidentiary hearing or a new trial.
Oh,
I
and
know what Steve wants. He
Hmm.
wants a new trial. He wants to prove his innocence.
yeah,
He wants to
absolutely.
get out on bail. If they throw this out, then he's eligible for bail.
Yep.
And I don't know if it would happen, but he wants to do that, and then go to a new trial with a new jury and all the new evidence, and prove he didn't do it once and for all.
I
Yep.
think it's
And
right.
somewhere along the line, that's going to help Brendan's situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Yeah.
different trial. It won't be the same thing,
No,
No.
no.
but he'll have to attack it himself, or his lawyers. But I think it's got to help him too.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping for that. And at the very least, I'm hoping for an evidentiary hearing. And
Yeah.
I think it'll come next month, hopefully. 9 months, they say, I've been told, is kind of the norm for appellate court.
Yep.
So it'll be 9 months, the end of March. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Anyway,
Yeah.
stay positive, guys. All of you out there, all the supporters, keep the negativity at a minimum because we need positivity like
Absolutely.
crazy. And we
Yeah.
need love. And not just Steve, but me. I mean,
Everyone.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it so much. So,
Yeah.
guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go and do something. I don't know what. I don't feel like doing a thing, but don't tell anybody. But thank you, guys. Thank you so
You,
much.
Sandy,
Thank
it's nice
you.
Sharon,
to
so,
see you.
so good to see you, Sharon. So
You too.
good to see you.
You
Yeah.
take
So,
care.
you
Good to see
guys take care.
You too,
you.
honey.
Yeah. Take
Now,
care too. And we love you, Sandy. We
we
love you.
love you too. So, bye bye.
Bye bye,
Bye.
Sandy.
Bye.
So we were really happy to have Sandy.
Yeah, it
To
was
have
so nice. But
It's so nice to have her. She's really amazing. So
she,
we will continue the second part of the show, and yeah, you can up I put this, and we will talk about the Luke Mitchell case and a
Mhm.
new documentary coming, the murder of Johnny Jones. The
Murder in a Small Town.
murder in the small town
Yeah,
is the title of the
yeah.
documentary
It's
on.
on tonight at
It's
9 o'clock,
absolutely.
Channel 5. And
The link are in the description below.
yeah.
So go ahead, Sharon. Explain a little bit to us for people who doesn't know at all what is it. Can you
Well,
explain us what is it?
the documentary that's on tonight is a comprehensive look at a case that many people have felt has been a miscarriage of justice. Now, I use the phrase miscarriage of justice because that's how we refer to it in Scotland and in England, actually. And rather than wrongful conviction, it's a miscarriage of justice. So the person in question was a 14-year-old boy at the time, and his 14-year-old girlfriend was murdered, and the police just targeted him out of the whole search party. They said the boyfriend must have done it. Case closed. Boyfriend done it. They took him away. There was no sign that it was him at the time, or since then. He was taken away without his parents, and much like the way Brendan was taken away and interviewed. If you're watching this and you're into making a murderer, so 14-year-old boy taken away, refused to see his mother. No lawyer, no nothing. He was stripped. His clothes were taken away. The police doctor was in, took photographs. There was nothing on his body, no scratches, nothing. And they took DNA and all the rest of it. And they interviewed him. They recorded the interview. The rest of the search party were taken to a different police station. Their clothes were not taken. One of the people that was actually in the search party was her grandmother, and she actually touched the poor girl's body as she was lying there, and yet they never took her clothes for forensic testing. One of the worst things for me is they left Jodi lying out for, I think it was 6 hours. No, it wasn't 6 hours. It was from 11 o'clock ish at night to 8:30 the next morning. She was lying out with no tent, nothing covering, preserving evidence, nothing. Um, and so there was no DNA of Luke found at the crime scene, or any of DNA of Jodi's found at Luke's house or anywhere, car, nothing, no anything. There were other DNA profiles picked up, some suspicious, some very suspicious, and basically they went forward with Luke being the guilty party. They absolutely hammered him in the press every day, all the newspapers calling him a, because he liked like Nirvana t-shirts, and he was kind of like a bit of a 14-year-old boy, you know. You know what
Like I was,
14-year-old
yeah,
boys can be like.
like
Yeah,
I was, yeah.
yeah, 14-year-old boy. And but they made out he was like a devil worshipper, that he liked blood and all that sort of thing. They said he was into Marilyn Manson. which he wasn't. He bought one CD that was a Marilyn Manson CD. This was after Jodi died, because Jodi was into Marilyn Manson, and he bought it because her favourite song was on the CD, and he thought, I'm going to get Jodi's favourite song, because you're talking about,
Yeah,
I said actually,
yeah,
this was coming up for 18 years ago. So as a result, circumstantial case, no evidence of Luke. It
no.
was, I don't want to tell too much about it, because you'll see if you watch the documentary, but absolutely a completely circumstantial case, no evidence against him. Yeah, nothing against him. And apart from just over a year of press,
Yeah,
everyday papers, you know, satanic rituals. Yep, thanks, Alice. Saying he was everything. He was doing this. They even tried to make out as if there was some sort of unnatural relationship between Luke and his mother. They made out as if they were intimate, sexually intimate.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There was all sorts of innuendo. They made out as if the mother was involved. They made out as if everyone was involved. They actually were charging his mother and his brother for perverting the course of justice. So they were facing serious charges. They said that they were giving him an alibi. They helped him,
Yeah,
destroy
yeah.
evidence and all the rest of it.
Even
Um,
in the case, yeah, in 85, yeah.
yeah. Like Stephen, so no matter whether you've got an alibi or not,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no
it's
matter.
if it's your mother and your brother, it doesn't count,
No.
like Stephen.
No. Yeah, yeah,
But other people were able to have their family as an alibi
yeah,
in case, the same as, like in other cases. So now there's a documentary looking at the case again. There's ex-police detectives looking at it. There's experts, and they say how they would have handled the investigation versus how it actually was handled. So in effect, I suppose it's like a mini Making a Murderer, because it's two parts. It's on tonight at 9 o'clock and tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on Channel 5. And you'll be able to get that if you miss it by looking on the Channel 5 on demand. You'll be able to watch it again. But I don't know if I've explained everything.
no, I know, but
I'm not the documentary maker, but
no, but
I,
you did really
yeah,
well, and
thank you.
all the description are in the description below. And now,
Yep.
if you agree, I will share
Yeah.
what you post on
Well,
your. Yeah,
for
tell me.
the people that support Stephen, you will know how stubborn Stephen Avery. You will know how stubborn he was. He was not going to confess to the rape for the 85 case, and he's not going to admit to murder now. Luke Mitchell was given no maximum term on his sentence. It was a minimum of 20 years, but no maximum term. So they could keep him for ever until he dies,
Yeah,
right? With one exception.
yeah,
If he admits
one.
guilt, he
Yeah,
will be allowed into the courses, which then lead on to parole. But you have to admit and show remorse before you can get into the courses and be eligible for parole.
it's incredible. How can
Yeah,
you ask that to somebody who is completely
yeah. And
innocent?
so
It's
Luke is refusing, and he has refused from day one.
yeah, yeah, I know.
Refused from day one.
Yeah, I know.
He
It's
has actually had appeals and things like that, right? And what happened was the appeal court said they couldn't really do anything to help him because Luke didn't admit to it. He didn't do like what Brendan did. If he'd
yeah,
said
yeah,
yes,
yeah, 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 the same thing. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. I
police
see
were
the
very,
yeah,
very aggressive to Luke, and they actually got given into trouble for the way that they had treated a 14-year-old. But what they said was that Luke gave back as good as he got, that he was just as
yeah,
cheeky to them as they were to him. And they were asking him all sorts of questions about personal sexual things. And remember, this is a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it's a 14-year-old. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's a
You're asking him
child.
about
So
sexual intercourse and sexual practices and, all that sort of thing. And I mean, to me, that's a bit kind of, you wouldn't do that to an 8-year-old. So
no.
why would you do it to a 14-year-old when the legal age is like 16? So to me, it's inappropriate.
Yeah,
So,
completely.
so the appellate court said they were like, their hands were basically tied because Luke did not admit it under the duress that he was in. If he'd confessed based on that interview, they would have been able to help him.
It's a shame.
So it's one of these technicality things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. And
yeah.
what can I tell you? It's you can find
Mm-hmm.
all information here in
Yeah.
Dr. Sandra Lynn's book.
Yeah.
And I need to admit I don't have read
You
everything.
don't get it all yet.
I am on the page 32 because I was really busy.
Well, it's
And
hard for you
I need
translating
to,
to English
yeah,
to take
and
it in, and yeah.
and it's in English, but
And you only just got it recently
I
as
will
well.
read.
You're just signed, which I'm very jealous about.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I can
You got
show
your
you.
sign. Yeah.
I can show you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You got it directly from Sandra. That was so nice. Yay.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was so nice from
yeah.
her, Sandra. If you
Yeah.
see this video, thank you very, very much. I have a lot
Oh.
of respect for you.
I'll tell her that
Thank
you
you
said
very.
it as well. I'll tell her that you said it as well.
Yeah, I know she knows, but I will
Yeah.
tell her again. And so, if you agree, I will share the video you post on your own Facebook,
Yeah. Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And
Remember, I'll need to go soon because
yeah,
I
yeah,
need
I know.
to be ready for I don't want to miss the documentary that I'm
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, me too, me too. So I will
Yeah.
quickly share
Yeah,
this.
sure, sure. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing before you
Yeah,
press play.
go ahead, go ahead.
They said the way that Luke killed Jodi was a copycat of the Black Dahlia. Elizabeth.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Elizabeth
Right?
Short. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they said that he killed her like the Black Dahlia because Marilyn Manson had paintings of the Black Dahlia. And he was so obsessed with Marilyn Manson, he killed his girlfriend in a mirror image of the pictures presented by Marilyn Manson.
It's
So
completely stupid. Me, I can tell something because I really like Marilyn Manson. Manson. Marilyn Manson because not just his music because he do a lot of cover, but the guy. I mean, the guy is really
he's a
is
performance artist.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a performance art, and the
Mhm.
guy is really smart. He's not stupid at all. He's not in a satanic witch stuff.
No,
Not at all. He's a complete normal guy.
probably
He's
what's like slippers and all that and jammies and
no, and you will be really surprised to see
yep,
him
yep,
uh, when he was not when he's not playing his music because
mhm,
he's completely normal. So
yep,
uh, take this stuff saying yeah it's because the music. My
yep.
God, oh. How can it's possible to argue with
Yeah.
stuff like this?
Columbine, Columbine, you know.
Yes.
So press play on that
Yeah,
so I can get away.
yeah,
So
yeah,
this is a clip from the documentary,
yeah.
and it's the pathologist that examined Jodi's body, explaining the wounds and some of the police, not that were police that weren't involved at the time, but some police looked at it. Now this was years ago. This documentary, but it was removed from sort of public circulation. You weren't able to find it in any of the normal domains. So
Yeah, it's really strange.
that's it, Jerome.
Okay, here we go.
There were cuts to the mouth area, and extensive cuts, numerous cuts across from one side to the other, across the midline, to the neck structures, which extended right through the soft tissues of the neck, the windpipe, almost to the back of the neck.
Professor Busuttil was the pathologist who examined Jodi's body.
This girl would have had in her about 5 to 5.5 liters of blood, most of which has left the body before she died. And we're not talking of a few drops, we're talking of liters of blood. Therefore, if there was this intimate contact, one would have expected some of the blood of the deceased to have transferred itself onto a person who's assaulting her.
What steps would have to have been taken by the offender to prevent this swapping of trace evidence?
Wearing gloves, wearing a covering over his clothing or his body, possibly wearing goggles, wearing something over his head, ensuring that there is no direct contact between his clothing and his body and the deceased.
Luke Mitchell and the rest of the family search party were taken to different police stations. There, Luke Mitchell had his nails scraped for forensic evidence and his clothes taken for examination. His body was also examined by a police doctor. He had no evidence of fresh cuts or scratches. Yet Professor Busuttil testified that Jodi had severe defensive injuries, suggesting she had put up a violent struggle. The police were convinced that with such a brutal and bloody murder, the forensic tests on Luke Mitchell's clothing, his hair and his nails would provide conclusive proof of his guilt. But the tests found nothing. There was no incriminating evidence of Jodi Jones on Luke Mitchell. If the police investigators had said, Professor, how likely is it that the person who killed Jodi had her blood on her?
Very likely.
How likely is it, Professor, that there would have been hair, skin, sweat, saliva, anything from Jodi Jones on our attacker?
Not as likely as blood, but quite likely. It doesn't tell us it couldn't have been him, but it makes it surprising and less likely indeed that it was him.
When the results from Jodi's body came back, there was also no incriminating trace of Luke Mitchell on her. Police procedure dictates every step should be taken to protect a crime scene. But despite rain that evening, Jodi's body remained uncovered overnight until 8 o'clock the following morning.
Now, if it weren't preserved, there is a possibility, indeed if it were raining as it was, a probability, that some evidence may have been lost.
Another mistake seems to have been made by police again that same evening. The jury heard that of the 4 people in the search party, only Luke Mitchell's clothing was taken for examination that night. Alice Walker, Jodi's grandmother, had touched Jodi's body. Trace evidence from Jodi's killer could have been transferred onto Alice Walker's clothing. By the time police asked for that clothing a week later, she'd forgotten what she'd been wearing.
Under those circumstances where you've got 3 or 4 people together in a group finding the body in that way, I would very much have been looking to take their clothes and preserving them. That should have been done as a matter of routine at the scene.
Luke Mitchell's clothes were the only clothes taken that evening. He's the only person who's forensically examined that evening. His nails are scraped, hair samples taken, DNA taken. What does that say to you that was going on in the police's mind that evening?
That certainly indicates to me that the investigating officer, the investigative team, were pretty convinced that they had a prime suspect.
When you saw Jodi's injuries, was your first thought, that's strikingly similar to the Black Dahlia murders?
No. It was my idea. I never heard of the Black Dahlia. There were similarities in terms of big slashing wounds caused by a bladed instrument, sharp instrument, in both the deaths, Black Dahlia and Jodi Jones. That's as far as one can take it.
In fact, you would agree there were major dissimilarities as well.
There were major dissimilarities. By no means can one say that because the injuries were in the same sites and caused by the similar way, they therefore must have been produced by somebody with intimate knowledge of the Dahlia murder.
No evidence was found on Mitchell's computer that he'd visited sites featuring images of the Black Dahlia. In fact, there are real questions as to how much Mitchell knew about Marilyn Manson as well. What if I told you that all the police managed to seize from his house was one Marilyn Manson CD which had been bought after the murder, and one torn-up calendar? That was it.
Yeah,
That's not an obsession.
No, and that would certainly surprise me, because certainly the impression given was a lot more serious than that.
When you say the impression given, would that have been the impression given by the media?
Well, the way the media presented it, I would
Yeah.
think. The press tend to use emotive words. If they can use a dramatic word where there's a simple, straightforward word available, they'll always go for the dramatic word.
The effect of this media coverage was devastating for Mitchell's defence.
People will look back on it and think, oh, that's the Black Dahlia, that's the Scottish Black Dahlia case. And yet the connection with the Black Dahlia case was so tenuous as to perhaps even be non-existent.
Luke Mitchell may well be guilty. The jury in that High Court may well have been right. But the holes in this case, the lack of forensics, the flaws in basic police procedures, the focusing on Luke Mitchell as a suspect to the apparent exclusion of all others, together with the undermining of the evidence which was used to blacken his character, all add up to real worries that his conviction as the killer of Jodi Jones is unsafe.
The case is about evidence, solid building blocks of evidence. And for me, I don't see it in this case. And I would be worried that the wrong man was in custody.
What if Luke Mitchell wasn't guilty? How have we portrayed a 14-year-old boy through a process where there is no way back for him in terms of public perception, even if his appeal were to succeed? Luke Mitchell will forever be associated with Marilyn Manson, with the Black Dahlia killing, and you're in a situation now where, for a whole host of reasons, we're left with an unsatisfactory conviction.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jodi deserved better.
yeah,
Jodi
absolutely.
deserved better. Same as Teresa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Because that is what we fight for, Teresa. Get the one person that actually killed her, you know? She
Yeah.
deserves to have that, you know? And the same with Jodi. She deserved better,
Absolutely.
please, you know? I mean, I'm never going to sit here and go, Luke Mitchell was 100% innocent, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's just not, no one can know that. But
No.
Jodi deserved better. And they messed up big time. And when there's doubt like that, reasonable doubt like that,
Yeah,
someone that was 14 should not be sitting in jail and ready to die in jail rather than admit guilt.
absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so it's not good. And that's the thing that always bothers me. Jodi deserved better.
Yeah,
So that-
absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why we are fighting for this failure in the justice system all around the world. And it's it's a full-time job. I mean, it's but we try to do our best, and yeah, I know. So, my Sharon, my sunshine, I will let you go to watch
get organized.
to watch the show.
Yeah. Oops.
So, do you have something to say?
No, but maybe we'll maybe we could come on and watch the documentary together sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really good idea.
I'm gonna try and, you know, have it on my computer, let's say, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good, because maybe people maybe people in Belgium won't be able to see the show because it's not, you know.
Yeah, that's
um,
broadcast. Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
so
Yeah,
yeah, but no, but
yeah,
thank
I
you
know.
for having me on, and you know I love coming on, and I love seeing you and your Scotland.
Yeah, and me too. I love to have you on the show, and I love to have everyone on the show. Thank you very much to be there, and it's all the time a great pleasure to have you. I will say hi to everybody. So
There's
Jennifer,
actually a group. Sorry,
yeah,
Jerome. There's actually a group that we've created. I have a great. I don't want to say a great team, but I've got a great bunch of friends who together we've created a group.
yeah,
And it's Jodi Jones and Luke Mitchell who got justice, basically.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know
And,
which one.
and do
Which
you
one?
have the link to?
I can put the link. I can give you the link. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll give you the link.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
Uh, I will say hi
Good.
everybody. Hi Jennifer. Hi Mary. Hi Kelly. Hi Dave. Oh, it's been a while. Hi Alice. Hi Billy. I've already say hi. I hope I will miss no one. Kelly. Hi. Caledonian vibes. I.
That's Cheryl, Caledonia Vibes.
Ah, it's Sharon.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
pure out and everybody who they are, you know.
Okay.
They just got
Jan. Hello.
Caledonia Vibes and Indie Hen, like as it says. Yeah.
Kelly. Paul. Paul was there. Emma, Deborah,
So that's the link. I've just added the link for the group. If anyone wants to
Jade.
join, help, support.
Thank you
You're
very much. Thank you very much. So I will let you go,
Yeah,
and I will just continue just a
yeah,
few
sure.
minutes
Because
to explain.
I'll need a Wawa break before.
Yeah. I love you, my Winnie. I love you.
Honey.
You're incredible.
But everyone, oh, hang on. Yeah, we will. I'm going to put it on my computer, and I might not be able to put it up on my YouTube because it might get copyright thing. But
Yeah, I know.
if
I
we
know.
do a live and we put it up, we might be okay if it's a live. And then, I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
maybe comment the documentary with stop. Maybe there is no problem if
yeah,
we do that for the
for reviewing
information.
purposes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we will
Oh,
look at that.
and then Cheryl's coming on as well.
Yeah, Sharon,
Um,
you're really, really welcome,
Yeah.
and I
She's not
really.
here just now. I think she's away at the Wawa as well. No one's going to know what we're talking about. It's fine. It's fine. Right, Jerome. So thank you for having me on, my wee.
Thank you to coming, my love.
I'll phone you tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye.
okay. See you
Bye.
tomorrow. Bye, bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
So it will be the end soon. So I have just something to tell you. It's about Black Box Online Radio. It's a YouTube channel. I will share with you, but it's in the description. The link are in the description below. But I will show you what it is. It's one YouTube channel. I think, yeah, you got one. You have it. It's a channel we talk about the Zodiac Killer, true crime, John Bennett Ramsey mystery, a lot of things. The name of the guy is Ned, and is the Unabomber, all kind of Chris Watts, all Maura Murray, all kind of true crime, even case, Stephen Avery and Brandon Dassey cases. So this is a really good YouTube channel, and he talks a lot about all things, and he's really intelligent, and I hope for him the best, because this is really nice, and the description are in the link below. So I know, people, it's been a while, but it's alive. So I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon with Pete, Mr. Pete Dassey, because I have this idea to come on here today to talk with Sandy and to give some news from Stephen. And I have asked Pete if he's were oh my god, my English, if he if he was agree to come to do the same thing with Brandon, to give some news from Brandon, and we will see if he's available to do that, and we will maybe do that, and we will see. Oh my God, I will see you soon because I have a lot of things to explain you. There is a new development in the Zodiac case killer. There is new development in the Luke Mitchell's case. There is new development in the Stephen case I want to talk to you about if you are not aware, but I think you are, but we don't know. So I will try to do my best. So uh, I hope you the best. Please take care. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And if you have done so already, please subscribe. And I see you. Oh, the dude. I miss him. Bye bye.